So, raccoon as a spirit animal showed up for me last night when I went to the hot springs that is here in town where I live here in Colorado. There's a hot springs not very far away. And raccoon was going through people's bags. They're like these little cubbies where you can leave like your bag full of you know, your clothes and pool stuff. And there was a raccoon literally he'd come through the fence and start going through someone's bag that had left their stuff kind of in the bottom cubby. And then people would show up to put their stuff in the cubbies and get in the hot springs, and he'd just disappear back through the fence, and then he'd come back out again and start going through people's bags. He's a pretty big raccoon. So I looked that up this morning. I thought I'd read a little bit about that one. So I'm going to read from a couple different books. I've got The Shaman's Guide to Power Animals. Raccoon is touch, observation, ingenuity. Raccoon is native to northern, central, and South America and was introduced to Europe and Japan in the 20th century. It has gray and brown fur, dark rings on its tail, and dark circles around its eyes, making it look like a masked bandit. In fact, its nature is bandit. That's what was going on last night. It's definitely being a bandit. Raccoon is smart and has the ability to break into anything and get what it wants, mainly food. Its front paws have 5 fingers, and it uses them to grasp and manipulate things it finds, including latches and lids. Raccoon has 200 distinct sounds and it uses to communicate with others of its kind. Raccoon's most heightened sense is touch. When raccoon eats, it spends a lot of time handling its food for the purpose of gathering a sense of what it's going to eat. Like a child, it learns by touch, which helps it to engage in abstract thinking. Raccoon is smart and has wonderful memory. This gives it the ability to solve problems and come up with viable solutions for overcoming obstacles. Native North Americans see raccoon as a trickster. They tell stories to their children about raccoon's mischief and its ability to find food. Eastern people like the Lenape, Shawnee, and Iraqis honor raccoon with dances. Due to its black mask, raccoon is the symbol of magic for some cultures who respect its power of disguise. To them, it is an emblem of keeping secrets, curiosity, resourcefulness, and adaptability. To the indigenous tribes people that once inhabited Mississippi, raccoon was a symbol of war. Many of the weapons found in their ancient burial sites were embossed with its image. Raccoon inspired by the Sioux of the Dakotas to paint their faces, something done to connect to the spirit world. The ancient Aztecs associated raccoon with wise women whose way of teaching and commitment to family seemed similar to its behavior. Neuroscientists have found that the more fingers an animal has, the greater its intelligence. With its dexterous fingers, raccoon brings us awareness of the power of our hands and their capacity for expression through gestures like waving at someone or communicating in sign language. Whether a finger over the mouth to indicate a need for silence, or a pat on the back to comfort someone in a state of grief, our hands convey meaning. Fingers are vital for transforming raw materials into art via chiseling, modeling, weaving, or sculpting. Our hands give us the ability to create and destroy, to heal and to pray. Raccoon shares its sense of mudras, ancient hand gestures of worship and symbolism that open the body's meridians and channels. Raccoon is a symbol of masking for the shaman. Psychologically, a mask gives us the ability to escape judgment behind a story or image we portray of who we are. This disguise signifies the embracing of drama and a lack of truthfulness. A mask can also conceal us from ourselves, which we do by covering up or suppressing our real emotions. This darkens our thoughts. Playing a role in life is not our true calling. That is not our true calling. Also fulfills the function of a mask. Spiritually, a mask relates to shape shifting, the mystical art of personal transformation, by either changing your internal nature or physical attributes. Raccoon can guide you to break through the molding of your tribe and embrace the freedom of a new and more aligned identity. If you are seeking to accept potentials and never doubt the power of the universe to bring them to you, then this is the power animal for you. And the energy center is solar plexus, the mineral is obsidian, and the element is earth. And then I thought I would read, I've got a new deck of animal cards by Kim Kranz, The Wild Unknown, Animal Spirit Guidebook. And her meanings are sometimes, she has a little bit different take on some of the animals. This is kind of a cool book, but Raccoon, talented, shadowy, in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in an artist's favor. Other times it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I am ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. And then she's got this little thing at the bottom about in balance and out of balance and how to bring back into balance. So, when in balance, generous, friend, exceptional artist. When out of balance, competitive, starving artist. To bring into balance, make new artwork. So, that's kind of a cool thing. And definitely this little raccoon from last night, he was very mischievous and pretty funny. And like I said, really, this was a huge raccoon. So I think he gets a lot of people's snacks out of their bags. He looked well fed. So let's see. There's check out my website if you're looking for readings. There's some information on my website about that. I've started doing daily clairvoyant readings on my YouTube channel. You can check those out. And there's some free tools on my Patreon. And yeah, stay tuned. There's more to come.